Bike feels great on this stuff. Just handling it with aplomb. Oh, sounds so good. Wish we were a little bit louder. Probably would be without the spark arrestor, but I'm not gonna run without that. Definitely getting knocked around a little bit by the crosswind. No squirrel! Oh, thank goodness. Damn, that was close. Little bugger. Glad he made it. Oh shit. Who's gonna clean that up? What's this fucking bug doing? Get out of there. Fucking bug. Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the shittiest road I can find. And stick with my theme of shitty bumpy roads today. I like Red Bluff a lot. I'd actually rather live down here than in Redding. Redding's gotten too big and crowded at 90,000 people for my liking. But I grew up in Cottonwood, which is like 3,000 people. Red Bluff's around 20, which to me is just right. Maybe, might be 25,000. It's big enough to have everything you need. It's got a hospital, fairgrounds, Walmart, motorcycle shops, hardware stores, grocery stores, lots of restaurants, but not so big that things are crowded or it's hard to find parking. Or the downside for me is A, it's a lot farther from work and our family and stuff we want to do, and B, they're stuck on PG&E down here, and I just absolutely don't want to be on PG&E. It's just complete dog shit. They shut the power off every time there's a light breeze. Other than that though, I'd be happy to live in Red Bluff. If I'm right at the lowest standover height and it's smashing my balls to do this, I can flat foot still. But it smashes my nards. See the wind whipping those flags around. Oh, I bet that taco truck is bomb. Yeah, I'm definitely getting knocked around now. Riding behind a car into the headwind. Yeah, it doesn't feel good on the freeway. This gets kind of knocked around and wanders around a little bit. I don't like that feeling when you feel like the front end's just kind of, you know, doing this and moving around. Some of the reason I like naked bikes, they just don't seem to do that. In my experience anyway. You get more wind blasts, but that doesn't really bother me. This one doesn't do it in the clean air. It's only when you're in that dirty air behind a car or driving into the wind. Like I said, the 300L Rally did the exact same thing, so I think it's just something about having this type of fairing and windshield on the front. It just kind of catches the wind and steers it around a little bit. I don't think it's unsafe or anything. It just is a little unsettling feeling. I'm sure you get used to it if you spend more time there. But I don't have any desire to spend much time on the freeway. I will do everything I can to avoid the freeway, no matter where I'm going. If I'm going to take the freeway, I may as well just get in my car. And the more upright I sit, the more it seems to happen. Oh, this would be a real treat behind a fucking semi. Speaking of getting tossed around by dirty wind. Let's see what this is like. Yeah, that's not fun. Oh boy. Oh. I don't know if you can tell from my helmet, but I'm trying to hold my head still, and I cannot. Oh, that was a weird feeling. there's like big pockets of wind and then no wind. Oh, that is horrible. That is truly horrible. Wow. Yeah, I would not want to spend any length of time behind a semi on the freeway. Holy shit, that's awful. That is the worst of any bike I've felt behind a semi. So if you plan to drive on the freeway behind semi trucks, I do not recommend this bike. That was really bad. As soon as you get out from behind them, it's back to perfectly stable, cuts right through the air, but in that dirty air, the turbulent stuff, it really knocks it around. And again, I'd ridden in that same situation plenty of times on the BMW, the naked bike, and it was fine. Hardly even bothered by that. So definitely something about the fairing and windshield. I keep prattling on about that. I don't need to repeat myself anymore. Not fun to be stuck behind something. Let's just say that. That is the biggest thing I don't like on this bike thus far. Is it definitely seems subject to wind. There I just got blown around because of wind gust and being behind stuff. So not a bike that feels good in the wind. All bikes seem to handle this stuff a little bit differently, and of the bikes I've ridden, this one's been the worst. Just being honest. No bike's perfect. So this road's a little bumpy. It's not real bad. It's gonna turn to total dog shit up here pretty quick. And this is gonna be my absolute best test of this bike in terms of being a machine that can handle these kind of back roads. This is Jellies Ferry Road. And right about here, it just goes to total dog shit. They've even patched it a little bit. This is one of the absolute shittiest roads around. So if it handles this stuff good, then she's solid. In fact, let's run right over this shitty stuff just to see how it feels. Yeah, handles it pretty good. I'm cruising, you know, I'm at 65, indicated anyway. It's probably more like 61. See here, I am leaning to the left. I don't know how many degrees, not a lot, but I'm deliberately leaning into the wind here. This bike is like a fucking sail. Like I said, this is the worst of any bike I've ridden in terms of what it feels like to ride in the wind. It's pretty bad. We'll see how much that ends up annoying me. Right now it's really annoying me, which is probably why I keep bringing it up. You can't have it all. You can't have a bike that handles this and a road like this comfortably and is good in the wind. I remember riding this road on the R1250R and I was miserable because of just how bumpy and shitty the road is. This one's just cruising over it all. I don't mind the road at all. The only thing bothering me is the wind. So is it any better if I stand up? Actually, it does seem a little better. Maybe because I lower my center of gravity. I would have thought it might be worse because I'm sticking up like a sail, but maybe because my center of gravity is lowered, I'm not noticing it as much now. I had to stretch anyway. My fucking prostate, I know it's not actually my prostate, but that's what it feels like. I have had prostatitis and it is deeply unpleasant. And this pain feels just like, my dad went through this for years. All kinds of doctor's visits and shit, thinking it was his prostate. It turned out it was his back. whole time, and I have the same exact problem. So yeah, it's handling this road wonderfully. Love it for that. Hate the way it feels in the wind. It's terrible. It's a giant fucking sail. If you're on one of those round the world trips, they can load you up on one of those rafts and just turn it perpendicular to the wind, and it'll just blow you across the water. Thank you. People are so nice to motorcycles around here. Very motorcycle friendly area.